Welcome to This Explainer. If you're a focused learner looking to truly master your own psychology, well, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're setting the stage for a completely transformative look at how we process our feelings. We are tackling a topic that affects every single one of us, literally every single day. We're talking about the real way to control anger, fear, and sadness. Now, I want you to think back for a second. We've all been there, right? Have you ever noticed how a message sent in anger or a decision you made in a total rush almost always comes back to haunt you later? You look back at your screen and think, why did I even do that? What was I thinking? We have all felt that completely relatable pain of making a rushed, impulsive decision in a moment of intense emotion. Yeah, that is the sting of instant regret. But here's the really fascinating truth about that disastrous moment of impulsivity. In that exact second, your brain wasn't actually in your control. You were essentially just a passenger in your own mind. So today, we're going to break down exactly why emotion takes over us so completely. Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1, the illusion of control. And that takes us right into part 2, what emotion actually is. When we talk about what emotion actually is, we really have to debunk a massive myth. We tend to think it's just this spontaneous, magical feeling that appears out of nowhere, right? Like you just suddenly feel sad or angry. But this reveals the ultimate paradigm shift. Emotion is not magic. It is a highly mechanical, four-part system that your brain constantly runs behind the scenes. Look at these steps. First, your brain reads the situation. Second, it makes meaning out of it. Third, it prepares your body. And only then, in step 4, does it actually produce a feeling. It's literally an assembly line. Let's look at this timeline to see exactly how this visceral response plays out in real life. Imagine you're walking alone down an empty street at night. At point 1, 0 seconds, you suddenly hear footsteps behind you. Notice that nothing has actually happened yet. No one has touched you, no one said a word, but at point 2, just 1 second later, your brain instantly goes into alert mode. Your heart rate spikes, your ears lock onto the sound, your body braces to run or turn around. Your brain is prepping your body for danger. And only at point 3, seconds later, does the actual feeling of fear register. That fear wasn't just sitting there, it was the final outcome of an entire biological process. So let's move on and see how this builds into our everyday lives, even when we are perfectly safe, because internal triggers run the exact same system. This exact physical sequence can happen just from sitting completely alone in your room and remembering an old, sad memory. Suddenly your mood drops, your body feels restless. Why? Because your brain isn't just processing the present physical world. It replays old memories, it imagines the future. And when a thought feels emotionally significant enough, your brain reacts to it as if it is a present reality. Which brings us to part 3, the problem with feeling nothing. Now, you might be wondering, if our brains are wired to react this strongly, what does controlling your emotions actually mean? Most people mistakenly think the ultimate goal is to feel nothing at all. They want to become a robot, completely unbothered. But consider this. Would a life without feeling actually be worth living? Think about it. If you blocked out all the fear, all the anger, and all the sadness, well, you would also be blocking out all the joy of spending time with people you love. You'd block out the excitement over a huge achievement. You wouldn't feel any empathy when seeing someone in pain. You would be breathing, sure, but you would never feel what things actually mean. So the absolutely crucial point is this. Emotion is the biological signal that tells you what actually matters to you. Without it, you have no compass. Therefore, the goal is absolutely not to stop emotions from coming. The real question and the real goal of emotional control is how to handle them properly once they arrive. And that leads us to part 4, spread your emotional investment. One of the biggest reasons emotions overwhelm us to the point of breaking is because we tie our entire sense of happiness to a single thing. Say your romantic relationship has become your entire world. Your mood, your focus, your future all depend on this one person. If anything goes wrong in that relationship, it's not just the relationship that breaks. Your whole life feels like it's collapsing. The fix for this isn't to walk away or distract yourself with busy work. The fix is to spread your emotional investment. And this brilliantly illustrates what I mean. Think of your life as this donut chart, divided into multiple slices. You need real time in your day dedicated to different areas. Your relationships, your career, your health, your hobbies, your friends and family. You must spread out your emotional portfolio. Why? Because if one slice collapses, say you have a terrible, awful week at work, your whole life doesn't fall apart. The other slices hold you up. But listen, simply dividing your time on a calendar isn't enough. You must give your full attention to the present in each of those slices. If you're at the gym focusing on your health slice, but your mind is anxiously waiting for a reply to a text from your relationship slice, your body is there, but your mind isn't. You have to be completely present in whatever you're doing. By doing this, your brain slowly learns that your life isn't built around just one thing. It learns you have multiple safety nets. So when something does go wrong, you'll feel sad, yes, but you will still be able to function, meet friends, and keep moving forward. Moving into the real-time tactics now. Part 5, master the psychological distance. So what do you do in the exact moment when someone insults you and the urge to retaliate spikes, when you're completely inside the situation and the need to respond right now is overwhelming? You need to master psychological distance. Here's the trick. Let's use a camera pullback visualization. Mentally step into the corner of the room. I want you to imagine standing in that corner, watching the whole scene play out from afar. Watch yourself, watch the other person. The situation stays exactly the same, but your perspective fundamentally shifts. You are distancing yourself from the immediate heat of the moment. And this right here is where the real work happens. Whatever reaction you are about to give, just freeze. Don't send the reply. Don't make the decision. Don't say anything right away. Utilize this intentional silence, this power pause. Why? Because in that intensely emotional moment, your brain isn't actually trying to solve the problem. Your brain just blindly wants to release the emotion. And releasing an emotion and solving a problem are two very, very different things. Let the anger be there for sure, just don't act on it yet. Look at the comparison between these two states. We have the chaotic feeling of being forced to react, driven purely by your brain's immediate need to release emotion. It's impulsive and it's usually destructive. But once you've paused and the initial intensity has faded a bit, you enter an empowered state, choosing to respond. You might still revisit the exact same situation and still want to address it, but now you are driven by pausing and solving. Earlier you felt forced, now you are choosing. Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway of this explainer. Feeling isn't in your control. What you do next is. We cannot stop our brains from running their biological system. We cannot stop emotions from arriving, but we have absolute, undeniable authority over what happens immediately after. Changing your life doesn't require killing your emotions. It simply requires taking back control after you feel them. So I want to leave you with this to think about as you go about your day. Which emotion is the hardest for you to control? Is it that sudden flash of anger, the creeping paralysis of fear, or maybe the heavy weight of sadness? Think about your own battles, and the next time that specific emotion pushes you to act immediately, remember the system. Step into the corner of the room and just pause for 1 second. Delay the reaction. You have the tools now, use them.